Yeah, that's the thing. That's real hard to get without
All
the
right.
exact parts because we don't know if the
Well, we're live, it looks like.
The spring is probably
Welcome to the show.
or it's missing.
Here we go.
Getting the spring and then fixing the plastic.
I today have a kind of an SG special kind of copy. I guess it would be called an SG special, 1 volume, 1 tone, not the classic SG, but the 4 volume knobs. And we've got a few problems with it. Number one, the strap buttons are missing, and I've already preemptively struck on that by gluing new pieces of wood in the screw holes so that I can run new screws in there. I'm allowing the glue to dry for that. And then we also have a broken volume pot, which we're going to dive into. Oh shucks, right now. There's my
And then you
let's camera deactivate, activate.
Okay.
Boy, this camera, I don't know if this camera or the pot, I don't know if the camera or the pot on my, or the jack on my computer's messed up. I've been plugging stuff in and out of that for so long, it's maybe a little worn out. So let's dig into this volume pot first so I can get this thing knocked out. I'm going to point you down here. We'll take a flyby on this guitar. There we go. It's black. Obviously black. My favorite color of guitar. I love black guitars because all you got to do is look at them and you can put a fingerprint on them and they look terrible. Flat black's cool. All these other fingerprints are from somebody else. So we'll just mark it up just to make it a point. But in the headstock, everything's nice and dusty, and looks like we've got some damage here. I didn't even see that when it came in. But that looks like a finish damage, so probably gonna be careful and forget we saw that, right? Like Bieri does. Nice and dirty, so we'll clean all this up. So let's get into some electronic fixing now. I'm gonna get you pointed down here at the work, and we got to remove a volume pot, and we got to do it. It's a 500K volume pot, and I'm going to. I'm sorry, my cameraman is drunk again. I'm going to use a 1K or 1 meg pot on this one, just because I don't have any 500K pots in here in stock right at the moment. So we'll have to improvise, overtake, and overcome. All right, that's what we do. So let me see if I can get this pot. I may have to drill. The hole through the guitar a little bit bigger. So a lot of this is a what is it? A 250K? Oh no, I'm sorry, it's a 500K. Oops. Yeah, I knew that. Here we go. Let's get the wires disconnected. Lots of ground wires on this one. Pretty cool, huh? Let me get you pointed down here where we can see. There we go. Alright, so let's just start removing wires. Okay, there we go. I mean, I know where all the black wires go, so that's that makes it pretty easy. Okay. Now, okay, pretty simple. We've got yellow and white and red. So here's what I usually do with this, just because. There's Fred, my boy. There. Wait, no. There's a guitar again, and there's my camera. Okay, gonna take a photograph of this. Let me see. I'll show you how I do this, just in case you need some guidance on taking a photograph with your phone. It's a camera. It's not a phone. I don't know anybody who answers their phone, actually. Here we go. So now I know where those wires go, okay? Not that I would forget that, but geez, you know, might as well be, it's better safe than sorry. And I'm using my, what do we call it? So iron cleaner. It's just brass chips. And I got to pull all this stuff out of here and dump this out because it's getting full of soldered chunks. So let's and I have my iron set about as hot as it'll go, just because I know I'm going to end up soldering to the back of a volume pot. And how do I know this is broken? Well, it doesn't work. And there were chunks of plastic hanging off of it. Let me see. All right, so yes, I can show you how I know it's broken. I don't know if I can get this out of here, but this piece of plastic right here is likely supposed to be inside this thing. I'm assuming that piece of plastic that I can't get a hold of, which it's not really that important, but we'll see if I can pull that out of there. Probably not. Oh, almost. Yeah, there's a lip or something on the edge of that. So anyway, that pot's broken, so we won't mess with that. So here's a new 1 meg pot, and we're gonna scratch it up a little bit so I can solder to it. Hey, where's my other razor blade? Give me a second. Where are you at? There you are. So I hope everybody's having a really great Wednesday. My day has started off very good. I am currently mixing an album that was started by myself and another band. I'm not going to name the band at this point, just for my own safety. 10 years ago, literally. And I got so lucky to have found the original tracks for that record, and I'm just excited as heck because it's a total blast from the past getting to hear all that music one more time. And it's been so long that a record was made or recorded, and things kind of fell apart with the band, and so everybody went their separate directions, and so the recording never got finished or finally mixed. So I found the tracks, and I called the guy who was the leader of the band, and had him give me the okay to go ahead and mix it again. So we've got to find a drill bit here. Let's bust out a box of drill bits. Yeah, I'm going to set them right here on top of the guitar. Why not? Because we're changing strings on this today. Look at that. I'm not terribly careful, am I? That looks like about the right size. That's a 5/16. No, it's a 3/8. I think. I'm guessing. See how my... I think it's a 3/8. It is a 3/8 shaft. Okay, let's drill this. We'll drill it from the front to the back just so we don't mess up the paint. And before I do that, I'm going to put a little tape over this to protect the paint. There we go. And we'll go nice and slowly. We don't want to chip the paint. Alright, here we go. Now we have a nice new hole drilled in here so that we can get the new pot put in place. So let's get on it. I'm not gonna tighten this thing down yet. I like to leave them loose before I get crazy with soldering, because oftentimes having stuff loose is a lot easier on the old brain. Because stuff can get confusing. Alright, that looks good. Let's solder it up. Be sure to tin your soldering gun. I'm gonna with a little bit of get this thing nice and hot. And the way it goes with soldering, everything will go everywhere but where it's supposed to go or where you want it to go. That's the rule of unsoldered wires. So I'm going to try, see, yep, see, it won't actually stay put. I'm going to try putting it in the hole. I'm just, you know, hurrying here because I really want to get this done and get back to scalloping the neck on that Pia. Got a really great comment on that. Thanks for comments on the videos. It's really great to read that stuff and hear people's opinions of people destroying their own guitars, right? It's a pretty cool situation on that one. The owner was here yesterday and took a look at the progress that I've made on his guitar and seemed pretty excited. Okay, there's that. Got the yellow wires. I soldered them to the right place, didn't I? That's how it was. I didn't look at my photograph, so I'm hoping I'm correct. Come on. You know, wires will go everywhere they're not supposed to go. And that's what this red wire is now doing to me. So we'll get the red wire put into place. Oh, there we go. And now this will fall down, even though it can't, before I get to solder that wire. It's because that's how they behave. That looks good. And then we'll go ahead and solder this stem to the this third pole, the ground, the poles out. All right, there we go. Got a little bit of a gap here, but I've got my again, I've got my gun set to about as hot as it can get. So it's going to take a little bit of extra solder here to get this joint made, but we'll just pile it up. All right, so now I got to get the pot is grounded. All right, so let's. They get warm after you solder them like that. And if you're soldering to a volume pot or a tone pot or a pot in any type of, I think I've said pot like 18 times thus far. You want to scrape the guck off the back of it. Get that clean. All right. I know you all know that, but and then you want to tin the volume pot. And I always do my best not to cover the numbers so that the next guy that has to work on it, which is me, knows what the volume pot is. The gentleman that owns this guitar is a school teacher, and his son is one remarkable little guitar player. And I say little, but he's getting big. Yep. You know what happens. I know how that goes. Got to watch that young kid play for a benefit show for some folks here, and man, he was just fantastic. And also the gentleman who owns this guitar, he and I played in a band together several years back, and he has been so kind as to sub in when we've needed a drummer, because our drummer had business or family events taken on so he couldn't do the gigs, and this gentleman was so kind. I know these wires are coming apart. I'm building up the solder on this because I want to get all three of these nice and solid on this. I didn't quite have the solder deep enough. This will allow me to get these things to stay put. Oh, come on. Woohoo! Hot. Yeah, that's hot. Woohoo, that's hot. It's amazing how hot solder is. That was kind of a dumb sentence that I just said there. It's amazing how hot solder. Man, my fingers are getting tanned here. Hope everybody again is having a really great Wednesday. I'm going to be done at 2 o'clock today. I usually get off early on Wednesdays just because I've taken the afternoons for teaching time. I had such a big workload of students, which I am grateful for, that I needed to take the day, the afternoon off, to be able to teach everybody. Let's see if that fixed our problem. Okay. Oh, boys. That did not fix our problem. I just found another problem. Look at that. It's amazing what happens when you start digging into these things. The output jack is broken. I know. Mess with people. Yes, it's an output jack. I hope I set this to public. Let me make sure my stream is public. Let me edit. Yeah, it's public. Okay, cool. I don't stream very often, but I have the last couple days. It's been a rough couple weeks for me with regard to life in general. So I figured it probably time to share a little bit to keep my. Let's see, where is that headed?
50-foot speaker. I don't know if they're 50-footers, but I got some really long meter cables. How about speaker cable? Regular speaker cables. I don't have any phono on each end.
Okay, so that wire is way too short. All right, so now we're gonna have to undo all the work I've already done. I'm gonna see if I can just pull this one wire loose.
So it's better just to...
Come on. Good grief. Okay. Where are you going? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to pull that wire just loose from the wrap there. That might make it long enough. Yeah, that'll make it long enough to get outside the guitar. This has probably been repaired before. At least I would hope so, but ouch, got me. That is a sharp piece of wire right there. Probably gonna bleed from that one. You fixing a busted stereo over there, Stu?
I'm gonna try to real quick. Maybe before they get out of town.
Yeah, look at that. I got bloody. Hey, my knees hurt. It says 500. Here, I'll try and see if you can see the dial. I'm bleeding all over the place now. Yeah, it says 480, and then at the lowest it goes down to 200. And that's a little bit hot, but I've done it long enough that I can solder with hotter temperatures because I have a talent for that, I guess. You got to be careful about soldering stuff too hot, because you can get a cold solder joint from having temperatures a bit too hot. So, man, they barely gave me any extra wire on this. Gosh. That's a bummer. Okay. But I should be able to make this work. Let me get my solder sucker. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm okay. I think I'm doing all right with my camera guys. Kind of keeping up with me. So this thing had a couple of electronical issues, and we're getting them solved. I'm gonna hit that one more time, just to get all the old solder out of there. Yeah. All right. Now, see, I'm bleeding. Good grief! I gotta get a paper towel. I think I'm going to put a drop of super glue on that just to make it stop. I don't want to be bleeding all over the place. You do realize that super glue was invented to stop people from bleeding, right? Am I right?
That's the main purpose of it when they invented it, yeah.
It's the best Band-Aid. It's funny how people lost sight of that. Probably because there's chemicals in there that'll kill you, right?
It was actually originally invented for splicing tape together, but they noticed it stuck the skin together, and they sold to the military. Because Eastman 910 was the original.
All right. Let me hit this a little bit. We'll get a little bit of that extra tinning off of here, and I'm hoping. Oh no, that's not going to go through there. Hoping I can get this wire to feed through here. Come on, baby. Go. I got just, all right, there we go. Come on, baby. I got nothing. I can't move any. Oh, there we go. The red wire connected to that is so short that I never do that. I always leave somebody plenty of room so they can work on it. But that red wire is so short. And I'm certain that's probably factory wiring. They don't care. Okay, now let's see if it works. Shall we? Because we know the volume pot was busted. So probably look at that. She's fixed. Now I got to put her back together again. There we go. Now, I also have to make sure that the volume pot is sticking through the guitar at the right length. So let's put this output jack back. Look at that, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Come on. I gotta pull. God, are you kidding me, man? This thing's playing hard to get. Which, that's good. Don't be easy. Really fun mixing that new or that old music songs. I even played guitar in that band for a while. They found a new guitar player after I had left them. I don't remember what the situation was. I think I got busy with my current band, and I don't remember, but they had, man, the guitar player that recorded on that album was just fantastic. He's so good. Super cool. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's flip her over. Oh, I knew it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. So, the depth, it's just not quite deep enough. This pot doesn't have a long enough shank on it. So I'm going to get my. Oh, I'm also gonna. I forgot about that. Let me get that off of there. That might help just enough. We gotta bust this little tab off of this. Let's see if that made enough difference. Oh, come on. Where'd my washer go? Like a bull in a china shop today. Good grief. Okay, come on. Let that be enough. Nope, that is not gonna do it. Boy, it's close though. Now I'm gonna have to take some material off the back of this. Okay, get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. I don't know what I have this on my bench for. Wasn't even doing that. Are you doing anything with that? Okay, so we got to get some material off the back here. And I want to check this paint, see if it's grounding paint. We want to make sure that we got a ground on it. So let's, is this conductive paint? Let's see. Is it? It sure is. Okay. Look at those little things that you gotta do. Jampro, yo man, hey. Check out this old Ibanez. Look, it's black.
What do you think of me?
How's your guitar holding up, brother? Your new one. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to get my router out and use a router and just kind of grind some material off around it. Okay, I'm gonna come here. Got all these new router bits. Don't like how this box is configured, but come on. I'm looking for a nice big round grinder. That's too small. Huh. Thought I had a new bigger one, but apparently I don't. Well, let's they call these grinders. Let's see what happens with one of these, right? This is a cheap Harbor Freight drill bit kit, and I've had terrible luck using these little grinders that are like this. They're just terrible because they don't work. But they call them a grinder. I don't understand. YouTube isn't working good for you, brother? What seems to be the problem? Are you unable to view stuff, or let's see if this does anything. Well, it's working. Not very well, but it's working. It burns the wood good. thing works more like a chisel than an actual grinder, and that was just soft wood, and it ground the bit down to the tip, literally. Those things are absolutely tragic. I don't know how they could call them a grinder. That was just wood, you know. Oof.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Probably could have done a little bit better job with just a razor blade. I couldn't really take a chisel to this because the top is so thin. I'd probably break it or bust right through the top of the guitar. So I got, you know, I had to use something. Working down inside guitar cavities is often, man, it's a challenge, especially doing something like this. Anybody got a better idea? Big old drill bit? Now, I don't think I have that ground out big enough, but let's just try it. I might have gotten lucky because I really want to get this thing done. I don't know if I've done enough, but I don't like to do too much. Oh yes, look at that. There we go. And it's literally exactly the same height as the other one. I want to get this chunk of wood out of here. I did it. Thanks everybody for joining me today. It's amazing all the stuff you gotta do trying to fix just a little thing like this. Got a lock washer on the back of it, mind you, so it's not gonna fall back out of here. My hopes are for the owner. It won't get all loosened up, so let's tighten that down. And I think our main the main problem with this guitar, without it being able to not make, or because it couldn't make noise, is solved. Hello, my brother Zach. How you doing, brother? Haven't seen you for a while. I haven't been live very much, although I was yesterday trying to show folks the good old milling engraving tips. This is a Ibanez. It's a Geo. I could not tell you the model number. Probably has about 17 million characters in it. So we'll just call it an Ibanez ALB 7276.38 BL. There you go. That's what it is. I'll have to rewatch the video to remember what the model number is. Okay, so let's just make sure we're all good before I move forward. Let's play this thing a little bit and see how she plays. I know it's out of tune really badly. Oh, that sounds perfect. I probably shouldn't spend too much time tuning it, but I just want to see how it feels to play it. Okay, so definitely Something's going on here with this. Oh, I know what's going on. Jeez, I forgot to do something. There we go. I don't walk on water. I do not walk on water. Let's fix what I did wrong. Can you guess what I did wrong? I'm pretty sure of what I did wrong. Any guesses? Good, Zach. Hey man, I'm getting my pump any day now. I'm still working with the doc on the whole pump thing, but any day now I'm gonna get one. Can you guess what I did wrong? Any guesses? I think. Okay, yeah, I absolutely know what I did wrong. Close enough for rock and roll, yeah. Anybody know what I did wrong? Take a look in there. You know what this black stuff is, right? I've just given you some hints. No? Good guess. I'm gonna, I'll show you. You'll get it. You'll figure it out when I get this stuff out. I'm pretty certain this is what's wrong. If this isn't what's wrong, I'm gonna quit. I'm joking. Anybody got a guess? What I did wrong? What did I do wrong? And this right here is why a lot of guys won't do live streams fixing guitars, because none of us walk on water. Anybody? And the paint? Justin knows. But there's another way to do this. What's for lunch or dinner? Oh, that's a great question. I'm kind of thinking about going and getting a ribeye today. It's Wednesday. I'm going to be off early in the afternoon today, so I was kind of thinking about, ribeye sounds really good. A nice steak. You see what I'm doing here? You get my drift? You feel me? You feel me? Yep. Now, I've put this copper tape on here, and it does have conductive adhesive on it, but that doesn't always mean that it's making contact everywhere. So I use a scalpel and do some poking to make sure that I've got good contact throughout. And now I'll test my theory that will solve the problem by beep beep. We'll see if I get beep. Do I get beep? Yep. Got beep. Got beep. Right? Problem solved. I'm pretty sure that was what was wrong with it. Now, I gotta get the stuff out of... Okay. It still makes noise, but it'll get louder when I get the ground properly attached here. I'm just taking my razor blade and cutting the excess tape off of this output volume pot. All right, let's see if that did it. Okay, here we go. Yep. Fixed. got to make sure that you're touching the ground on this. I'm pretty sure it is. There may be something wrong with this volume pot, but okay, so we may have a dirty tone pot, and the signal does pass through the tone pot. So let's see if a little cleaner doesn't. It's amazing, this stuff. You do one little simple fix, and then other stuff is messed up. So I'm putting some lube and cleaner in here, and we'll turn this 1,000 times. Maneezer, what temp was your solder iron at? Oh, okay. I have it set at the highest temperature this one will go, which reads 480 degrees. Now, this is a $3 soldering iron that I've used for 10 years, and so I don't know if that's accurate. We're going to have to put another tone pot in here, likely. Because when you turn it all the way up, we lose volume. Well, that's a bummer. Now, the problem I have with doing that is that I don't have any more 500 meg pots. So, gosh, can I clean that? Doggone it. That's a bummer. You know what I'm going to do? Just before I get crazy with trying to change the pot out, I'm going to try and repair this one. So yeah, I have it set as hot as I can. My knees hurt. And I forget your name, but my knees hurt's kind of a long name, but and I'm you know, oh, there we go. Okay, I didn't lose it. Let's see what we can do here about maybe fixing this tone pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a loop. Huh. My best guitar playing I've ever done, right there. Gotta get my glasses back on. Okay, so and I pulled the pot loose. So with it removed from the grounding, forgot one of the grounds. Let's get this thing soldered on here and see what this might do for our sound problem, audio problem. That's amazing. Did that pull loose? Does my tone pot work now? Some serious electronical issues. Hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? What is going on here? Let me play. Oh, that loop. Oops. Let's see if this. I gotta play the guitar. So I needed to have a loop going into this guitar. That would have been smart. What a dork. Okay. My goodness. I thought I was gonna do something really smart and I did something really stupid. Just thinking of it backwards. Like, I don't know. Like the word boobs. Just backwards. I don't think I've done anything. Problem solved, I think. Gotta be sure to hook everything back up the way it came apart, right? Let's see if we got good sound out of this thing now. Perfectly in tune. I think it's fixed. electronical stuff. Boy, that was weird. I thought there was something really major wrong with it. It was all just the fact that I worked on it. Good thing I'm not a doctor. Okay. Turn them both all the way down, and I'll go 0.
Hello, this is Stu with the Grand Stereo Music, and Mike left me a number here so that you might need some assistance with the manual for your stereo.
And
Okay. Do you remember what stereo it was we put in there?
get the knobs lined up right, like a good tech would do.
Okay, when was it we put it in there? Remember? Then I'll go back to my computer.
All right, there it is.
We'll track it down.
Okay, let's put some strings on this thing. And clean it up. Get it all going again. All right.
It was John's.
Let's see. Reno 8,000. Yeah, there you go.
John's Smith.
Okay, I got you.
So
need to build it. Good.
John Smith? Or who,
Yes.
I need the name on this. I need the name on
That's issue.
that was on the.
I love
work
sushi.
order that we just did. And then I'll look on my.
Great
computer
minds
and
think
I've got
alike.
to find it. What's the name?
Okay.
John
So not
Smith,
only
that
did
was
we
for you,
take
Donna?
care of a
Okay.
bad tone pot and volume pot, but we've also cleaned the tone pot in the process.
Rockford, was it a stereo? This
I
is
think that
Rockford
thing will
on
be
it?
good
Or
to
was
go
it
for a
a,
long time. Let's turn this
so
off and
what
unplug
was
it. We don't want the battery to go dead. Right. Let's go ahead and put the cover back on the back while we're at it. Okay, just because.
What kind of vehicle was this?
Okay, and it was missing a screw, so I'll find a
Oh,
screw to
the
put in here
thing for the stereo
so that the
we
back
put in
cover
there,
plate
yes.
is all
I'll
looking
see if I can track it
nice
down
and
for you,
tidy.
Donna. Give me your address.
Oh, you
Donna.
guys, man, this thing that hurt. That was a painful one.
633
It didn't happen when it, or it didn't hurt when it happened, but
Dobbin
boy, I was dumb.
Road.
I looked like a rock star, but boy, I was dumb. I should never do that. I'll probably do it again someday.
4.
There we go, and let's find another screw
That wasn't in the book.
To,
I mean the box.
fill in the gap. Let's see.
Oh,
Yep, there she is. That's the right one right there. Never throw anything away.
It might take me a little bit. It might
Screws.
I have to download off the internet because it was probably in the box.
Never throw anything away.
Mm-hmm. That's why I kept that box.
Although if you haven't used it in a year, you should probably throw it away. There we go. Okay, so let's get this thing string changed and set up and get some. We're gonna get some new strap buttons put on this, and then we're gonna send it home.
No problem. Bye bye.
Alright, here we go. We're gonna clean her up too. This thing is obviously probably been getting played in a farmhouse or a barn or something. These guys live out in the sticks. So things get dirty. You know, sheep and such. All right. Stu, how's your day going?
I've got a bunch of things going I've got going, and Mike's got me going on a couple things, and Chris got me going on a couple things. So I'll get them all.
You're a busy boy.
Back to the road here shortly.
Yeah. Wow. You know, it's amazing for working at such a small business how busy we all get. I'm kind of grateful that my part here is to fix guitars, and it's pretty much all I do. And you know, I almost feel bad sometimes because we got guys here that, man, they got to do a lot get buried and stuff to do. But if we didn't do that, well, it's a small business. We gotta be diverse. Okay, there we go. These old strings off of here. Let's clean this guitar up a little bit. Look at that. Already it looks better. But of course, I'm going to clean it and then I'm going to touch it and I'll get black stuff all over it. Or fingerprints. I will have fingerprints all over this guitar. Oh, and they tell you not to spray this directly on the guitar, mind you. Don't spray that. Don't spray the polish on directly on a guitar. Just fair warning. You can really mess something up, I guess. We're having fun, aren't we? Hugh Caldwell, it's great to see you, man. You been out playing live at all? I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're healthy and happy and just still enjoying the number 11. Doesn't that look better? I mean, not a whole lot, but it definitely... I mean, it's better than when it got here. I think. It looks better. It won't last long, I'm guessing. But I gotta do what I gotta do. It's like a plumber that comes over to your house. You ain't paying him to work in poop, right? So I don't want to work in poop, so to clean it off. This has got had machine heads changed. It's got a set of nice Grovers on it. I don't know if the pickups have been changed out. I doubt that they have. Just cleaning this thing up a little bit up here. I get one shot of cleaning juice. And let's clean this thing up. Another thing I'm going to do is where these pieces of where the paint has chipped off the headstock, I'm going to put a little bit of black fingernail polish on there to try and just make it not look so obvious. If this thing gets used at a school event or something, it'll look a little bit cooler instead of having these dings in it. Let me see if I can find my black fingernail polish. There, no, that's not it. There, come on, fingernail polish. I know, there you are. Look at that, black fingernail polish. Let's shake it up real good. I'm gonna wear some of this on Halloween. Not playing at all. Oh, dude. Yeah, don't buy a black guitar. Pro tip. I'm just again, I'm just kind of helping these. He didn't ask me to do this, but I don't. You know, why not? Because this will help make these places where the paint has chipped not look so obvious. Yes, I'm going to wear some black fingernail polish on Halloween. And I might need some help putting it on, because it's been years since I was married putting fingernail polish on my ex-wife's fingernails. Although she didn't let me do that very often, because, you know, she was just better at it than I was. Okay. There we go. Got it. This will look better than having these light spots. Just obvious. It ain't forever, but it will help, I think. There we go. And I'm pretty happy with that. That looks a little, there's a little chip of wood right there that I want to hit too. My boy. Okay, got a little extra on there, so we want to paper towel. Get rid of that. There you go. Okay. Now there aren't big bright white spots on the headstock of this guitar, so it'll look a little more real. I'm gonna check my blood glucose real quick. I feel like it's getting a little bit low. My camera is still working. Okay. Feel it. Oh no, I'm good. Who texted me? Yeah, okay, cool. I just got a text from the owner because he wanted new strap buttons on here, and I hit him up and said, hey, do you want some locking strap locks? And he said, yeah, the Dunlop kind. So we're gonna do that too. Here we go. Let's polish the frets and clean the fingerboard. Do our normal SetUpByMarshall. Send this home looking great, and then we'll just see, you know, if it needs anything else. You know, I'll do a setup on it just because I don't know how long it's been since this guitar has had a setup, if ever. So we'll just make sure that the thing is set up right. Best way to get a kid to quit playing guitar is hand them a shitty guitar. And the best guitar to buy is one that's set up right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or, you know, 59 Les Paul is probably one of the best guitars to buy, but if you can buy one, good for you. I actually would love to have a 58, but just because it's not a 59 and it's old. Oh, this is kind of the boring part of this whole process, but you know, gotta do it. Actually, you don't have to do this, and most of the guitar shops that you would take a guitar in, they probably won't do this for you. And it's amazing that after you do something like this, polishing the frets and such, how much better the strings, fretting chords and playing lead guitar and things like that, boy, it just feels a whole lot nicer. Even just getting the DNA off of the frets and oxidation that might happen. It is metal, right? And it can oxidize. So, and they're already looking really much nicer. So it not only does it help the appearance of the instrument, but it definitely helps the playability. Okay, so there we go with all that. Those top few frets were really pretty clean to begin with. So let's clean it, and we'll put some oil on it, and then we'll put some strings on it. right.
Online, so. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, man. Yeah, I love SGs, man. You know me, dude. My old SG is just, it's such a great guitar, but unfortunately it's been getting, that old yellow one that I've got, or TV white, it's been getting ignored. I've kind of, it's not really intentional. But I almost feel bad. I almost took it to the gig on Sunday last week. But given the fact that I've had such bad experiences using that guitar at gigs, and it's so fragile, it's better off just to stay at home. So I took my Les Paul instead, which wasn't too far of a cry from that SG. Those two guitars are very similar. It's kind of nice to have kind of two of the same guitar. Curious if any of you own two or three of the exact same guitars. I know that a lot of guys will, well, a lot of players, I say guys, forgive me, a lot of players will own only one style of guitar, which is cool, just different colors probably. Certainly nothing wrong with that. There we go. Alright, oh, knocking stuff on the floor. Look at that fingerboard, doesn't that look nice now? That just looks sweet. Sorry if my camera guy's not keeping up with me today. He's back to drinking heavy. Oh yeah. Give this a few minutes and yeah. I think Jampro would agree with you on that one, and he does. He likes his SGs. SG style guitars. You do, Justin, yeah, you do have several are they Les Pauls? Those two are identical but different colors. Yep, that's cool. Get rid of that. And I got a tracking number for my my new insulin pump, and so it's definitely in the mail. So I know that I'm going to receive that sometime fairly soon, which is really good news. If you're a diabetic, God bless you, and hopefully you're taking good care of yourself and eating right, getting plenty of exercise. That's very important. Should be at least walking every day, and it's ideal if you can get your heart rate up a little bit. I try to do that every day, and I don't try, I actually do. I kind of treat my exercise much like I treat my eating. You got to be disciplined. Yeah. Okay, we're going to oil this fingerboard. Let's get you over here so you can see this oil going on here. Let's see how much different this thing looks when we get oil on it. I don't think the color is going to change a whole lot, but we'll see. Oh yeah, it looks nice. I just put way too much oil on this. Doggone it. I put twice as much oil on this as I needed.
information on YouTube.
I squeezed that bottle a little bit too hard.
It's a Rockford.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool?
MX.
So this thing would be all in good shape and have,
MX.
you know, 2 years of playability out of this thing
All right. And
before it needs to be treated again.
Thank you very much. Or called it. Thank you. Bye.
The guy that owns this guitar, he's really plays a lot of different instruments, but he's a great drummer, and plays banjo, guitar, drums, probably almost every instrument. Any instrument he puts his hands on, he can play. So, and he is a music teacher. So that's pretty cool. So I love, and we had the, yesterday we were lucky enough to have the high school music teacher, the new teacher at the high school, I think he's a high school, came in yesterday, and I got to meet him, and we fixed his bass for him real quick. It was a simple problem he wasn't aware of, or knew that he needed to do, and I won't tell you what we did for him, but it was a common thing that we see quite often with instruments, but he wasn't aware. All right, I'm getting my bench a little bit cleaned up here and put some stuff away. There we go. All right, let's see. Dang. Found that frozen burrito. Okay. All right. Let's throw that away. Keep those screws. I'll need those someday. Those will fix something. Some strings on this thing. When I played this guitar, it felt pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to have to do a whole lot of adjustments to the setup. And I believe that the owner of this guitar definitely knows how to work on his instruments, but he'll bring them in to me just to save himself time once in a while. Do a setup, or he'll run into something that he can't quite figure out. We're bringing this one back to life. This thing is pretty old, Ibanez, I believe. This thing, I'd have to guess it's probably built in the 90s, so it's kind of an old guitar. this thing, this little gash that I have in my finger here, it's not real deep and it's not real bad at all. But boy, for changing strings, that thing is really uncomfortable. Because it's right where, when I'm doing this process, it just, that's the part of my finger that I would use to really get a hold of these strings. Just, of course, it'll get better in just a few days, but man, what an annoying problem. It hurts a little bit. There we go. And I don't have the strap for this guitar. Well, I'll check the case. I might actually have the strap for it. I like to if I put Dunlop strap locks on an instrument, I do like to put the locks on the strap, but that part's pretty easy. I was only able to get 2 wraps on there, so I add a little extra so that I could get alright, let's tune her up. You can tell these pickups are they're not adjusted to the right height. We'll make an adjustment to that. They're way too high. Too close to the strings. Alright, heading back to work. Good. Yeah. Okay, let's check our string for our neck relief. First fret action looks really, boy, it's low. That's good. Ibanez usually does a pretty good job on their setups. Boy, this neck is just dead flat. I want to give it a little bit of neck relief. That'll allow the strings to possibly have some more sustain, and I'm just going a tiny little bit because this thing already plays really well, I just want to make a preemptive strike. It's almost as if it almost looks like somebody went and set this neck to be perfectly level, not knowing that it is supposed to have a little bit of bend in it, because this thing is perfectly level, which is fine, but it's not proper. And what can happen if you have your neck set perfectly flat, that over time you'll start to get fret buzz. I think that's a 4 mil. It almost looks smaller than a 4 mil. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 4 mil. So I want to give it one. Yeah, truss rod is really tight. Which means that the neck would almost be backbowed in a lot of cases. Just a little bit. This one I'm not going to bother measuring. I'm going to do the old touch it with your finger and see where it's happening. Now we're talking. That's all I'm going to do to that. About 1/8 of a turn, if that. Alright, we're almost. Boy, Evan should use longer screws for their truss rod covers. This has definitely been on and off of this guitar a few times. These screws are all stripped. I mean, I can get a bite on them and get them to turn, but they have definitely been stripped. A few more slips of a screwdriver and these screws are no longer going to work. Okay, let's play this thing a little bit, see how she feels, and we'll go give it a good once over on the intonation. I just want to see how it's feeling to play this thing now. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go. Not enough people are watching to make it to keep going. So y'all have a great day. We'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in today. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you would. That helps. And let me see if I can get to 1,800 subs within the next couple of years. That'd be cool. Thanks, you guys.